What's up, Ryan?
Hey, look, I know it's been a while since we recorded in here, and it's like it's been like a few months. What's that body? Did we leave someone here? We locked the door. Did we like lock the door when we were leaving? Like forgot we had someone here. Has that always been here?
It's just something that, don't worry about that, okay?
I think there's like a spider coming out of their eye. Who is this? I don't know who this is. I can't even identify this body. That's the problem I'm having right now.
Well, when you leave a place for a long time, sometimes like some dust might settle in.
This is a bit more than a dust. That's a corpse.
You know what's awesome about the corpse?
Yeah.
I mean, what's not awesome about the corpse?
Yeah.
It's not going to be able to listen to our hit podcast, Looney Duels.
That's true. This guy fucked up dying.
He died too soon to listen to episode 49 of Looney Duels, and that's his problem. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the penultimate episode, the episode before shit gets real of Looney Duels. Looney Duels, of course, as you all know, is a show where we take the Looney Tunes characters and we pick them up by their scruffs and we slam them against each other for scientific reasons, right?
Of course, yeah. I mean, obviously.
And today we have a real treat for y'all because you know what, we're fucking tired of talking about Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck.
Well, I mean,
and you know what, I'll even say it. I'm done with Foghorn. Ugh, get him out of here. I got bigger fish to fry.
She's got her finger crossed as soon as she said done with Foghorn. She crossed her fingers as soon as she said it.
We have decided to take some shorts of the ones forgotten, the ones left behind, the ones that have just slipped through the cracks. These are ones that we would not normally talk about, but we are at the end of the line. This is the time to talk about them. So should we just go?
I think we should just hop right in. Let's Blue Skidoo, you can do it too. Let's get right in. Yeah.
Let's talk about the Bashful Buzzard. What are your thoughts and feelings about the character Beaky Buzzard?
Beaky Buzzard is like one of the, I think when I think of like in between Looney Tune, right? Like the ones that are like aren't a main Looney Tune at all, but like they're not like some like D-lister like you would have never heard of. Beaky Buzzard is like the prime like D tier Looney, like C tier Looney Tune. I think that's kind of my opinion of him. I mean that's not like a character opinion, but like that's where my mind goes when I think of Beaky Buzzard. He's the ultimate C tier Looney Tune.
Yeah, like if you saw him in some sort of big Looney Tunes project, like if he was in Space Jam, you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. It's Beaky Buzzard. But if he was like on Hot Wings or Hot Ones, whatever that show is, where they eat the Hot Wings, that would be bad.
Yeah, it'd be a little weird if like you did a Hot Ones and you focused on him. Like it's you didn't get Daffy for this. Why is Beaky Buzzard here? But my opinion on him doesn't particularly matter. We're not here to evaluate how my personal feelings are. To some extent, I might get a little mad at someone else later, but we're here to talk about more important things like character stats. And Beaky Buzzard, I think, is not one to sleep on despite everything. And I mean this, and I'm so dead serious. Beaky Buzzard is so fucking unbothered.
Yeah, like that's the thing about him, right? Like he's, his mom is telling him, go out, my little killer, go kill things. Your siblings, they come and they bring me horse and cow and elephants and such, but you can't even bring me home a baby bumblebee. And Beaky Buzzard's like, I guess I'll keep trying. Like he's not really bothered by anything.
Yeah, he is a completely and truly utterly unbothered like king. He does get beat down in the short, he gets punched, he gets like whacked, but he never gives up or has that big of a reaction to it. Like, he'll get his snot beaten in, and he'll just be like, okay.
Resilient is what he is.
He's really, truly, and utterly resilient, yes.
He can fly. He does have the ability to fly fast. He just, most of the time, does not. Like, he kind of, like, lingers in the air, and he flaps his wings dumbly, But then when he wants to, like, lock in, he's like a freaking jet plane, and he just like does dive bombs, and he's like really fast. Like, I think if motivated properly, Beaky Buzzard would be someone to be a little bit afraid of, a little bit dangerous. This guy, looks aren't everything with this guy.
I think one of the most important stats you have to take in with Beaky Buzzard is he's not in this short, but he could kill Foghorn Leghorn pretty easily.
He probably could. I was like really afraid he was going to because they fly over a farm at one point to like get a bunch of like chickens and
Yeah.
cows and stuff, and Beaky Buzzard goes, "Well, I'm gonna get that big fat rooster or whatever," and I was like, "Oh God, is Foghorn in this short? I don't remember Foghorn being in this short." But then it pans to like the weather vane like rooster thing, and he runs into it, and I was like, oh, "Okay, that's the rooster he's talking about." Which is that does that mean Beaky Buzzard is? I mean, I know he's stupid, but did he think it was a rooster because he's stupid or because he has bad eyesight?
It's a little hard to tell. Beaky Buzzard is such a mysterious Looney Tune to me because, you know, the idea you get when you probably first meet him for the first time, like when you first sit down for coffee with him, is that, wow, this guy is a fucking idiot. But as we learn, and later in the short, despite everything, he is like completely competent and like willing to do things, and he can do them.
Yeah. He comes across what he thinks is a turtle. He's like, "Hey, I'm fine. I'm gonna get this guy. He can't move very fast. He's little, whatever." Come to find out that the head of the turtle was in fact the head of a dragon.
Yes, of
which,
course, the dragon.
I guess dragons exist in Looney Tunes world. Who would have known?
And that's not that surprising. I mean, there's Marvin the Martian and all our favorite characters. I feel like Bugs Bunny has definitely fought a dragon before, too.
So he goes and he gets this dragon, and he's fighting it, and he's getting his shit kicked in, whatever. It goes back to the mother, and she's, he's like, oh, his Italian mother, by the way. She's like, "Oh, where is my killer?" And then all of a sudden, Beaky Buzzard shows back up, and he got the dragon. He's got the body.
He has the dragon in hand. Like, he beat the shit out of him, is what we're supposed to infer. Which, okay. So Beaky Buzzard's kind of fucking badass, is what we're supposed to glean from this. There's just nothing else to glean from it, is that Beaky Buzzard is fucking badass.
I don't think I've seen any other Looney Tunes character go up against another character who was at least 10 times their size. Like, this is a big character. The dragon's a big character. Beaky Buzzard goes up against him and wins. Like, it does not seem to have like a scratch on him. Like, easily wins, I have to assume.
I think the thing we have to like determine now, because the other one I'm thinking that could do this, is like, is Henry Chickenhawk. Like, if you told Henry that dragon was a chicken, he'd get it. He would get the dragon.
He would.
So that's kind of interesting. Maybe they're on similar wavelengths in a lot of ways. Beaky Buzzard and Henry Chickenhawk maybe have more in common than we considered.
Well, it seems like Beaky Buzzard was mostly motivated by his mother. Like, he doesn't seem to have much personal direction, which might be a weakness of his.
It's funny you brought that up, because I was actually going to bring that up. I think you have to consider that. He is Italian. He's Italian. So if you told Beaky Buzzard, "You're breaking your mom's heart," he's going to deal with it. He's going to deal with it as soon as you say that. And that's a big power for him.
So there really wasn't many adversaries for Beaky Buzzard to conquer in this short, but it was an impressive display of brutal strength. I would say just absolutely destroyed that guy. So I did not think much of him before, but now he's got me rethinking a lot.
You're gonna have to really keep Beaky Buzzard in mind. I went into this like, okay, here's another fucking Bugs Bunny victim for the Battle Royale. I was wrong. I misjudged him, and I'm willing to admit that. That's my fault, and I apologize to him. Beaky Buzzard, I like you. You're my pal.
Let's talk about Rabbit's kin.
No, this is the opposite of the scale.
So going into this, I was like, oh, we gotta do review one with Peter Puma, of course. And Ryan's like, yeah, Peter Puma. I feel like we have been calling him that for like 2 years. That is not the character's name.
No.
The character is not Peter Puma. It's Pete Puma.
This is some Balan Wonderworld ass shit.
This whole time I thought his name was Peter. Why did I think that? It sounds so natural. Peter Puma. It's Pete Puma. Okay, whatever. So we're talking about Pete Puma.
Peter Puma. Sorry, just Peter Puma rubs off the tongue way better. I'm just gonna say it, but go on.
It really does. Before we get started on him, though, this short also includes a it includes Bugs, but it also includes another rabbit character. I don't know this character's name, but I extremely disliked it.
Do you want to describe to the audience what this character's main gimmick is?
He talks really fast and in like a high-pitched voice. He's a little brown rabbit. I think he's a kid. I don't know.
I think he's supposed to be a little baby, yes.
After Googling it, the character's name is Shorty. Shorty the rabbit.
Okay. All right.
And he's really annoying. He's getting chased by Pete Puma, which that alone should tell you what a nothing loser Shorty is, because my God, Pete Puma. This guy can't do anything.
If Beaky Buzzard like surprised me with his like performance tonight, Pete Puma surprised me with how fucking bad he did. I can't. What just an absolute loser in every single way, shape, or form. One of the worst performances I think we've ever seen on this show.
Oh, absolutely. Like, he's trying to get the rabbits. He falls victim to the exact same trick 3 times, and that's pretty much the only thing Bugs Bunny does to him.
It sure has one joke. It has one joke.
Yes, Bugs Bunny tricks him into sitting down for tea. Then he asks him how many lumps of sugar he wants, how many lumps you want. Pete's like, oh, I'll take 3 or 4. And then Bugs Bunny hits him on the head with a hammer. He does this again with coffee, and then he does this again with lumps of coal. It's literally the exact same method of attack 3 times, very telegraphed, and Pete Puma will not learn his lesson to save his life.
It's like a few times where it feels like he's going to, and then he just falls for it again. And Bugs isn't even doing anything that clever half the time. He just like kind of looks him in the face like, all right, I'm gonna hit you in the fucking head now, you idiot.
And there's like a one point where Pete like wears like a disguise, and I thought to myself, oh, well, look at that, isn't that clever of him? Like, I didn't think he was capable of making a disguise for himself, and yet even still, he's a big cat guy, right?
Yes.
And
Puma.
Yeah, he's a big cat guy Puma thing. He's got sharp claws and sharp teeth. You would think he would have some sort of like abilities, but as far as I remember, he didn't really use any of that, like his natural advantages at all.
No.
Is he that stupid?
He might be the worst Looney Tune in terms of like fighting ability.
He does have a home though. He has a lovely home.
That means nothing.
A kitchen and a table. I don't even like know what to say about him, because like I always try and like find something that is some sort of strength to the character, something that they can use. But I think like when the battle royale starts, I think Pete Puma's the first one who's gonna die.
I think that might be true. I
just don't know if there's any other way around it.
Yeah, I don't know. He does so bad. I can't think of a single positive. Elmer Fudd is like a gun, at least, and he fights back. Elmer Fudd's a fighter, man. He'll get up again and he'll keep going and going. Pete Puma just gives the fuck up once he's thwarted. He's, all right, hit me on the head. He's a loser. He's just a loser, and he's just a loser.
I will say there is some weird, like, tension, question mark, between him and Bugs Bunny. Like, Bugs Bunny is unbelievably cruel to him in ways he is not to other characters he faces against. Like, he, when Shorty comes in and is, like, talking about him, Bugs is like, oh, yeah, I know that guy anywhere. That fucking loser. And he like, makes fun of his laugh and stuff. It's horrible.
It's a little funny that, like, how do I word this? Bugs Bunny talks about him like he's like an old acquaintance. Like he's like, oh, that's one of my greatest characters. Pete Puma. You know him so well. The audience knows him so well.
0 out of 10 for Pete Puma, I think. -5 out of 10.
Maybe the worst Looney Tune in terms, not in terms of comedy. Got a good amount of chuckles out of him. But this is a place for combat. And in terms of combat, he fucked up so bad.
Yeah, we're not here to laugh. We're here to see
I
power.
I don't laugh at all watching these. I need to make that very clear. There's no when they do. I watch these stone face with my pen and paper, and I'm writing things down. No time for laughing.
Should we talk about Porky and Gabby?
We have to. I'm gonna look like so bad tonight because I'm gonna like do like 2 shorts in a row where I talk about hating a guy.
I think that Gabby Goat is a character who I knew of vaguely. I was like, oh, this is one of those like really early Looney Tunes characters, and he's like a friend of Porky. But when I was like looking him up, I could only find 3 shorts he's been in like ever, at least as far as we know, from that like golden era or whatever, golden age, whatever, of Looney Tunes. And then the only other time he has appeared was in like the Looney Tune cartoons that were not Wabbit, but like were kind of Wabbit. Like they were called, I think, just Looney Tunes cartoons.
The point in Wabbit when they retold it to be like just a full Looney Tune show.
Yeah, and he's in that for a few. I think he's in that for like quite a few shorts or episodes or whatever they are, because I've seen like a lot of pictures of his redesign, and but we're not here to talk about his, I guess, new form. We're here to talk about classic Gabby Goat, whose main character trait seems to be he's just really angry all the time.
It's like it's so weird. Like his whole shtick is he just I don't even know, like he just starts swinging his arms and grumbling. He doesn't even like say anything really.
Yeah, he kind of was like, I don't know why do I have to do all this? Why blah 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 blah. I'm the road rages. Him and Porky are going like on a camping trip, and Porky's so like sweet and lovely, and he's like, all right, Gabby, I'll set up the tent. Can you unload the car? Then he like goes to set up the tent, and Gabby's like muttering under his breath, like, why do I fucking have to set up the taking all the stuff, and he's like grumbling and stuff. He's just very unpleasant to watch.
I'm not sure what their relationship is.
Yeah, it's awkward, isn't it?
I'm not sure. Like for some reason, the first 2 seconds of the short, I thought, okay, Gabby Goat is like his pet in this short. That's what I was thinking. Then they walk out like, okay, no, they're like kind of on equal playing field. Like, but is he like a friend? Is he like is he like younger than Porky a bit? And he's like taking him under his wing. I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused with what the relationship here is, and that's like something I'm gonna need to know, like if Porky will like care about him on the battlefield.
Well, here's how I interpret it, especially because this is one of the last appearances of Gabby Goat in in Looney Tunes canon. Here's how I see it. Porky and Gabby are they're dating, right? They've been dating for a while. Maybe it was like, honeymoon phase at first. And then, like, a year or so in, things, some red flags start to, kind of pop up. Gabby is just, like, kind of verbally abusive and bitter, and Porky wants to save their relationship, so he plans, like, a little camping trip for them. And this is what we see now. So this is, like, a year or 2 into the relationship. Porky's, like, trying to be really lighthearted, trying to make it fun. And Gabby is like not having it. Gabby is like wanting out of it all. He's like kind of barely checked in. He's grumpy. He's angry. He's yelling at drivers on the road. He's picking fights. He does not want to be there. He even says at one point he doesn't like camping. And so I think this is just a relationship that was just not going to work out. And Porky was like desperately trying to save it. And now this is where we're at. So I think that Porky in a way does still care about Gabby. I think the relationship ended not super amicably, but like they both kind of saw the writing on the wall.
Right.
But I don't think Porky would jump in front of a bullet for Gabby if that's
not
what
at
you're
all.
asking.
I wrote on my notes about Gabby Goat. I wrote Pete Puma victim. I think he kind of sucks. I think my thing is I don't think he has any control whatsoever over his rage, right? Like, and I think if you're an angry Looney Tune, you have to have that. You have to be able to like expel your rage in a powerful way. Like Daffy Duck can build up his rage meter. Yosemite Sam can build up his rage meter. The dad from the Three Bears short, now that's a guy with a rage meter. Gabby Goat has no rage meter. He's just always swinging, and I don't think he knows how to build up and release his energy properly.
No, as soon as he's angry, it's like you just like lit a fuse under him and he's immediately gonna go off without being prepared or directing it in any particular way. Like he yells at this guy who's driving in front of them and he gets slapped a few times, and then even later when he causes a big car wreck and he's like laughing again at the car driver, he's just like gets I think it's like just like shoved into some mud, and that's like how the short ends is like this guy's a fucking loser. He
Right.
can't do anything right. Gabby Goat is the kind of guy who, has been part of your friend group and in your life for a long time, and you just start noticing little toxic traits about him, and you just try and push him along and move him out, but it's not working.
Mm-hmm.
So on the battlefield, he will fall out of the sky. He will go up to the biggest guy he can find and start a fight, which unfortunately for him will be Pete Puma. Pete Puma will just eat him, and then Pete Puma will choke on his horns and die.
Okay,
And that's how they go.
That's good. I do agree.
Our last one that we're going to talk about is Porky's Picnic. I did not read anything about this short before picking it. I just wanted to have a short with Petunia Pig in it, like classic Petunia Pig. I was like, let's just find this one, Porky's Picnic. This looks like it's gonna be something that'll show us a little bit about her, And I was wrong.
Very wrong.
Everybody
So
get
wrong.
ready to meet the best, most powerful Looney Tunes baby, Pinky the Pig, who is question mark related to Petunia.
Yeah, I can't stress this enough. This is not a Petunia or a Porky short. This is very strictly a Pinky short. You have to be ready for that.
Yeah, so Porky comes to take Petunia on a lovely picnic. They're driving. He's got a little like motorbike, and she's in the sidecar. It's very romantic, very cute. She seems to really like him. He seems to really like her. And then this baby like gets up out of his high chair. He like notices them from the window of his house, I guess, and he gets out of his high chair and he sneaks on board. And as they're driving, they like notice him and they're like, "Oh, it's Pinky." And then they just kind of take him with them.
Yeah, whose parent is this?
I don't know. I have no idea where this little freak belongs to. Pinky is evil, I think.
He's evil? I mean, maybe it's because he has no parents, apparently, because nobody's looking after this child.
At one point, Pinky sees a squirrel in the park, and he grabs some scissors and tries to cut the squirrel's head off multiple times.
Yeah, that's something he does.
And he like goes and walks through like the zoo, and he walks into alligators' mouths, and he like smacks Porky with some like a plank of wood for no like Porky has done nothing to Pinky except go, "Oh, it's Pinky, he's come along, let's take him to the picnic. I'm gonna take a nap, Pinky, on this hammock." And then Porky lays down and Pinky just beats the absolute shit out of him for no reason. What is this baby's problem?
I did double check. He is Porky Pig's nephew. That is what he is. Yeah. I don't know where the parents are still. I still feel like that needs to be addressed because he was just sitting in a window there, like it was normal. I still think the parents need to like comment on this.
Do you think that Pinky has any kind of like standing in a Looney Tunes battle? Like, would he last pretty long, you think?
It's a little hard to say because I feel like he's not very powerful as much as he is like annoying, right? Like he doesn't like have any big like he hits Porky, but Porky doesn't even seem that bothered by the hit, so I don't know if it's like a powerful hit. And he does lose at the end, technically. Like Pinky gets fucking owned at the end by like a bee or like a fly or something.
I do think that there might be some Looney Tunes characters who would have moral objections over killing a baby. Not many, but there's definitely a few. Or Porky himself. I mean, that's his nephew. Do you think he could do that?
I don't think Porky could. I mean, Granny probably wouldn't attack him either. Bugs might like pause for a minute too. But if Pinky
Daffy would kill him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if Pinky got in the way of Daffy Duck, Daffy would pick this child up and fucking just crush them. He's like, "Get out of my way! I've got things to do!"
I just want to know what happened to this kid to make him this way. I think if Pinky went up against like Egghead the little baby chicken guy that's hangs out with Foghorn sometimes.
Yeah.
I think that like Pinky would lose in that scenario. But if
Oh, for
Pinky
sure.
went up against like the Looney Tunes babies, like from the Looney Tunes baby show,
no, they'd all die. Pinky would kill them all because they're all fucking pussies.
he would. So with Petunia, I think the only things that really shine through here for her is that she's oblivious. And she faints. She's really easy to faint. I think.
Are you not gonna mention the other thing she does?
What other thing?
The part where Porky Pig with mud on his face gives Petunia a big kiss, and then when he pulls away, she's doing blackface.
So we can put racist under Petunia.
This is the first we like, since we were using Max for so long, we did not have like access to Looney Tunes shorts with this kind of stuff in it up until now, because we use this like on Daily Motion. So we've done it. We've reached our first really racist Looney Tunes moment, like within like one episode of the finale. God bless.
We were trying so hard.
we couldn't do it.
I think like you, me, and we were watching it with my fiance too. We like all gasped.
Yeah.
Like what had happened because we were so shocked by it. Because like it's one of the ones that's in black and white. It's like from like the 1930s or something. So I guess we shouldn't have been surprised, but also I just was like so shocked because it absolutely comes out of nowhere. Like just absolutely comes out of nowhere. I have no idea why they did that.
Bugs Bunny and all the other characters were so lucky we didn't have access to most of those shorts, because Petunia's one instance here is probably nothing compared to some of the shit they pulled.
I was gonna say Bugs Bunny alone probably has like a complete catalog of doing blackface and who knows what else.
You can't let that shit get out, man.
Well, as we enter this kind of second to last, I don't know, just like episode journey research paper, whatever you want to call this, we're getting really like, I feel like we've gotten a really good just expansive data. Like we have a lot to chew on now.
Yes.
I'm so glad we'll never have to watch another Wile E. Coyote short ever again. But I look forward to discussing the ultimate answer. Our next episode, we will announce when it will be happening. It will be live. And we need your help. I have created a Google form doc. I will put in the description. Please fill it out. Please help us gather all of our collective data from both the episodes, the Discord chats, everything we've ever talked about. Help us just get it all together in one digestible form, and you will see the fruits of that labor. We thank you all so much for listening and participating.
Wait, hold on. What's that?
Huh?
Hello? Oh, haven't you forgotten what is in Looney Tunes?
Oh, Pepe!
Did you remember to talk about me?
Dude, I don't know. We just kind of got in some hot water with Petunia just now. I don't know.
No, I am horny as hell right now, and I have so many powers because of it. It's great.
Hey, no, hey. Ooh, okay, can someone get this guy out?
What is this body you have in your recording studio? That's a little weird.
Oh no, Pepe, no, it's no, Pepe, don't. It's not for you.
Cut the feed.
That's all, folks. Bye.